The small plane he and 3 others were in crashed Saturday night east of Squamish.
My name is Dave Jonsson, and I survived a plane crash. It was August 18th, 2007. Myself and 3 friends, we decided to go flying up to Squamish, British Columbia. And my friend Gudni, visiting me from Iceland, actually had his pilot license. And as we came around this one bend, Gudni became very shocked because at the end of this valley, there was all these clouds. And so I just remember Gudni saying, man, we got to turn the plane around and break out the map because we need to find a different route to take. And we saw that beside the valley that we were flying in, there was another valley that took us to the same destination. And as we came around the corner of this valley, it became really apparent that this was not a good valley to be flying in because it was really narrow. And at the end of this valley, the mountains escalated really quickly. I remember looking at Gudni and there was a focus and an intensity because this situation was, it could lead to death. It could lead to us crashing. I remember being scared. I remember feeling thoughts of I could die. As he slowed the plane down, the plane actually slowed so much down that it stalled. Go, 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 go. Before the plane crash, I didn't really have a direction in my life. I didn't really know where I was going or what I was doing. I was working a deadbeat job, working paycheck to paycheck, doing drugs, moving from relationship to relationship. I had no real purpose or no real meaning. I was searching. I don't know if you've ever had a relative on their deathbed, but I remember as an 8-year-old boy seeing an uncle very close to death. And this uncle, he loved his World War II stuff. And he had all these stories, and as much as I loved this uncle, seeing him on his deathbed was weird for me as an 8-year-old boy because all of a sudden this uncle was no longer talking about his stuff. He was no longer talking about himself. This uncle of mine only wanted to talk to the people who he loved and the friends that he had shared life with. And this uncle who never wanted to talk about God, all of a sudden, in his last moments of life, all he wanted to talk about was God. Coming back to my story, as the propeller slowed down and as I felt my stomach go to my chest, and as I closed my eyes and reached out my legs and started hearing the sound of the wings hitting the trees, boom, boom, boom. And as the plane crashed, to wake up to a second chance at life and to wait for 6 hours for search and rescue, the memory of my uncle came back to me. And I was now kind of in the place of my uncle, where all of a sudden, life's meaning became abundantly clear. After the plane crash, my life is far different. My priorities are completely changed. Jesus is truly my treasure, and as I treasure Jesus, I just feel like there's such a comfort in that, in just knowing that you're loved by God. That God isn't some scary guy up in the clouds. He is a father. And because of a real relationship with a real God, Jesus, there is this overwhelming sense of contentment. And Jesus loves me. I'm loved by God. And he's so worth it, right? And he says in the Word that to simply love God with all your mind, with all your heart, with all your strength. Do that and love your neighbor as yourself. So that's where I found meaning. Where are you finding yours?